any kind of relationship with anybody when it's a one-way street.
100%.
Yeah.
So
That's why I tried to break those barriers as a chief. Like I am a chief, but I'm a real person.
yes,
Hey, you good? Yeah, me and my wife are going through it. Okay, cool. Let's go. Hey, you and me, we'll go outside.
yeah,
Hey, I've been through some of this stuff. I'm always here for you. We can talk. I've lived life. I've been through one marriage. I'm in my second. Blah blah blah. And then it's like, oh, he kind of know. Okay, cool. Just and that being vulnerable helps them understand.
vulnerability
Yeah.
is key, I
Yep.
think.
That lets them know, like,
yeah.
okay, this guy's real. He's a real person. He's willing to have a real conversation. Things like that really build that rapport. They build that loyalty. Because loyalty is not free, right? You can have it all and then lose it one day by making one mistake.
Yes.
But if you built up a rapport, that mistake takes it a little bit less.
It does.
So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. So how do you see yourself in the civilian side? Obviously, you're going to take a lot of the lessons learned from the past. What was it 20? You said 26 years. You went 26 years. But in the civilian side, now that you're kind of you're working now, totally civilian.
Yeah.
Some of the things that you see that maybe you can use a lot of that you learned, but maybe there's some things that you're like, I probably have to tailor this or adjust one way or the other.
So I don't think most of the adjustments come from them. This is their realm. I am now stepping out of what I know into their world. Does that make sense?
Love that.
Yes.
How you just said that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm walking into their world. So I'm a manager now. So when I walk in, I understand certain things about leadership. For one, I have to be clear, concise, and direct. And I do it with the team together. That way, they're all getting the same message. If they can't be together, because we got shifts and things like that in the civilian world, a little different than the military. Then I make sure that as soon as I get that next crew on a shift, we have the same exact conversation. That way, it eliminates the back talking, the backbiting, the whispers, because they'd be like, you know what he said, and they're like, yeah, he told us the same thing.
Yeah.
So there's no gray area. I think that's one of the. I will tell you this: the military set me up to be a civilian leader.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the principles I use, like, hey, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Like, hey, I know we're a numbers based system, and you guys are trying to get this time, but if we don't do it right and we're doing it fast, we're just doing it fast wrong.
Yeah.
So I'll eat the time on the front end. Let's get you trained. Let's do it right the first time, and then the speed will come. Things like that. And it's about sitting back and watching, assessing, and then making small minor adjustments. It's just very much I equate it to when I would come into a new squadron. I'm not going to walk in and make holistic changes. I'm going to walk in and I'm going to see how you do business, and then I might start asking questions. Hey, why are we doing it like this? Well, what do you mean, Chief? Well, at my last base we did it like this, and I think that's per the AFI or whatever. That's per the regulation. And then they're like, oh, we didn't know, we've always done it like this. Well, and I always tell them, because that's how it's always been done, is like the 6 words that will sink an organization.
Yeah.
And the military is very much run like an organization.
Oh yeah, you get those isms. Right.
Like, hey, this is a Minot thing, or this is a Vandenbergism. This is how we do it here. So I think when you're clear, concise, and direct, you build an environment where, for one, you're the boss. There's no gray area. And I always tell them, if I ask you to do something and you don't necessarily agree with it, do it. Then we can have a conversation on the back end, and I can explain the why.
Absolutely.
And I learned that in the military, because if we got to get 17 jets off the ground and you just had to work a 16, but I need you to work 2 more hours, but you're not going to be working the jet. You're going to be maybe doing, red ball and stuff, or like QC and stuff. I need you to do that.
You know your aircraft maintenance.
I do know aircraft maintenance.
Damn.
Well, you'd be a chief. You learn some things. Plus, I worked on the flight line.
Torqued over here, dude.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited. I'm like,
yeah,
I want to tell some stories.
And then they pull you aside and they're like, hey, what's up? And you're like, well, hey, stuff's coming down. You watch the news lately? Like, we got some stuff ramping up. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, I'll give you your time back on the back end, but I needed you right now. You're the one I trust.
Yep.
And I knew that you would get the job done. I know you're tired, but you're not going to miss anything. You're very meticulous. You're very detail oriented. And they're like, for one, you're giving them a compliment.
100%.
Yes. Yeah.
You're like, hey, you're one.
You're empowering them by doing
100%.
You're 100% empowering them.
That's what I've done at this new job. I see who my seasoned technicians are, and I'm like, hey, I need you guys to do this. This is my expectation. I don't care how you do it, but this is the result I want.
Yeah.
So go and fire and forget. I'll always be the person that does that thing we always forget, which is called follow-up. And I will come behind you and I will assess and I will watch, because everything's a graded event.
Yep, it is.
And then
100%.
What I started doing at the job is like, okay, we got this vehicle out. All right, let's do a quick hot wash, unless there's other vehicles. Hey, what do we do good? Is there anything we need to work on? As the team of people that work in that vehicle, okay, we need to shore this up, or we need to do that, right? So, and what I'm really doing is breeding effective communication. We communicate all the time, but do we effectively communicate is the key, right? It happens anywhere in your marriage, in your life.
Communication is the most important. It's the backbone of any kind of relationship at all. It's the
100%.
building block,
100%.
Like you said, whether it's with coworkers, subordinates,
Well, it's like,
spouses.
are you being talked at, or are you being talked with?
Yes.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
No one
Certain
wants to be
moments
talked
where you're
at.
going to talk at someone.
Yes.
You're going to do this.
Yeah, you're going to have
go
to.
forth.
Yes.
And there's other times where you have the leeway to have a little bit
Yes.
more of a robust conversation.
But you can't be one way all the time, though.
Yes.
No.
Because you have to be able to adjust based on the situation, based on the scenario, also based on the person.
I used to hate that saying in the Air Force, flexibility is the key to air power, right?
Yeah.
But it really is. Like being
the
a
key to
leader, you have
life.
to be flexible.
Mhm.
Some of us thrive in the chaos.
Yep,
Some of us don't.
Definitely thrive in chaos.
I do too. Yeah.
That's the only way I survived the past
That's why I've been
2 years.
struggling.
That's why I haven't had a stroke.
That's fair.